Hello, welcome to this. I'd like to say brief video, but it might be a few minutes video. Just outlining PirateCon. Um, some finer details if you're interested in coming to join us for the day. So, what is PirateCon? PirateCon is first and foremost this year a demo and participation game event or show where we're putting on at least 9 games for you to come and try out. So you're not just going to stand there watching other club members playing the games. You are going to be involved in the game, have a turn or two, maybe just basically having a rolling the dice and moving the models, which is really good. Like I said, we've got about 9 games, and I'm going to go through. I've got a little bit written down for each game, um, so I'll go through that with you very shortly. We do have Ocean City Miniatures coming as well. They are our club sponsors, and he will be bringing some of his awesome stuff for you to buy. It does scenic basing stuff, tufts, paints, 3D miniatures, that sort of stuff. So if you're going to come and join us, bring your wallets and um, support a local trader. Um, Doors open at 9 on the day. Where are we? We are at Crown Hill Scout Hut, which is Endeavour Hut, Drayton Close. So it's a Dayton Close. Um, yeah, sorry, Dayton Close, um, in Plymouth. So parking wise, the postcode will take you to the Dayton Road or street or close to where it is. You can park. There's street parking there, and it's like a 30-second walk to the hut. Vendors and demoers, they'll be parking outside the hut, and because it's very limited space there. And then you're going to have an overflow in Nova Homes car park, which is literally again just a 20-second walk through to the hut. Um, Entry fee £2 for adults. So yes, £2 is cheap as well, cheaper than chips. And you get to spend all day in the hut if you wish. And if you're going to spend all day in the hut, we do have refreshments on sale for you as well. Under 16s go free. Unfortunately, refreshments for them won't be free. We will have a raffle on site as well, so it's going to be £5 a strip for raffle tickets. You've got some awesome prizes like free club entries, up to a 2-player set for bolt action. Have I missed anything there? I don't think we have. Where we are, doors open, entry fee, raffle, refreshments, all good. So just a quick recap. Crown Hill Scout Hut, Dayton Close, Plymouth. Doors open at 10. £2 entry. Parking, Dayton Close itself or Nova Homes. Come and see us. Into the games, into the fun bit. So, like I said, I've got it written down, so please excuse me if I'm looking down quite a lot. First game I'm going to hit on is Drop Fleet Commander. Actually, a lot of these games we've tried to put on because they're significant right now. They've either come into a new edition, they've got new play sets coming out, brand new games, and so on and so forth. So we've tried to keep it very, very up to date. Um, and also we've tried to keep it very much one fantasy game, one sci-fi skirmish game, that sort of thing. Um, Apart from the last two, which I'll explain why when we get there. So jumping back to Fleet Commander, originally done by a company called Hawk, I believe it was, which then got bought by TT Combat. So scale up to epic orbital spaceship combats where the atmosphere itself becomes a battlefield. It's a very sci-fi strategic cinematic game where players maneuver massive fleets in high orbit, balancing weapons, heat signatures, and stealth, whilst launching drop ships to seize war-torn cities below. You can choose from 6 factions from UCM to the biomechanical alien Scourge. Game's played on a 6x4 table, um, and at the minute it's not long, just had its second edition drop. and it's got a new two-player starter set drop as well, and it's now starting to do new resins as well. So that's what I've bought in this game, and it's mm, probably one of the best sci-fi fleet games there is at the minute. Okay, second game, going on to Kings of War, game very close to my heart. I sit on the Kings of War Masters Committee, so we help tournament organisers and the master rankings. Um, this game is just dropped fourth edition and new army and new hard plastics and new resin, so it's very, very up to date for what we wanted. So for Kings of War by Mantic Games, you command a massive fantasy army in a streamlined, fast-paced game of epic rank and flank warfare. It's epic fantasy, high strategy, and very competitive. You move whole blocks of units and regiments rather than individual models with a unique nerve system, um, tracking your unit's morale instead of constantly removing single models. Turns are lightning fast, deeply tactical, and perfectly balanced for tournament style play. Um, says is what it is on the says what is what it says on the tin. Rank and flank fantasy game played on a 6x4. I think they've got about 28 armies, something like that, to choose from. Very good game. Very, very cool. Very in depth. Um, very like rule friendly. Um, I'm a Mantic Pathfinder, so I do quite a few Mantic demos and stuff. So if you've got any questions about Mantic or Mantic games coming out to me, I'll try my hardest to help answer that. But if you fancy rank and flank games, Kings of War is the best one out there. So we're going on to the next one by One Page Rules, OPR. It used to be called One Page 40K, and now they've progressed much, much further than that. So Grim Dark Future is their sci-fi tabletop game, and it's played on a 4x4 or 6x4, depending on your point size. So all grim sci-fi warfare you love, all down to fast, free, and incredibly accessible. It's got a 16-page rule set. Now, when I say 16 pages, that's the advanced rule set. So 16 pages. Um, the free rule set, the basic rule set is 1 page. It's literally that, and then you've got keywords at the back. Don't get me wrong, it's rules light, but it's very, very in depth as well, especially when you start getting into the advanced rules. So it's miniature agnostic, it's fast paced, and it's very engaging. Um, so it's a objective driven game, alternate activation. So you go, I go. Best of all, like I said, it's miniature agnostic, and the game takes 60 to 90 minutes to play. 2,000 point game. Um, so obviously, like I said, it is miniature agnostic, but OPR do have a very good line of STLs and hard plastics they've just brought out on their own models. I have got a Broken Truth box set coming. I was hoping to be here by now to show you, but it's not. But they are lovely, lovely models. So that's Grimdark Future. Right, next, going on to a couple of local lads, excuse me, who have developed their own games and put them on sale and doing quite well. We're going to start with Heroic Battles of Daring Do, created by Steve Luscombe, one of our own club members. You step into a cinematic, narrative-driven historical war game set in the Victorian and Edwardian era. So that's a bit of a mouthful. Um, so you ditch the traditional you go, I go alternation activations it for a card-driven deck of fate that simulates pitch-side battle chaos, drifting weather patterns and heroic deeds. Um, it's perfect for your history buffs, and I believe it's solo as well. I could be wrong in that. If you come out, have a chat with Steve about it, I'm pretty sure I heard him say it was a solo game as well. Could be wrong. Don't quote me, please. Um, it's very story rich. It's very unpredictable. I've seen it on the of. I haven't played it as yet. If you like your colonial history games, this is one to come and see. Um, every time I've seen it demoed and played at the club, it looks amazing, and there's always lots of fun coming from that table. So that's Heroic Battles of Daring Do, historical colonial narrative game, historic, very, very good. Next one is another history game almost, but slightly different era. Forever in Skirmish games. It's fast, it's fun, it's ferocious, it's Viking-esque, um, and it fits into a very busy lifestyle. It's very brutal and quick and casual friendly. You take control of Vikings, Romans, and so on and so forth. The idea is to absolutely maim and eliminate your enemy. Um, the game is suspicious. The game is engineered to fit into tight schedules. The true skirmish mode can be played and completed in under 30 minutes, where the larger, more longer war games take a couple, I'd say, looking about an hour. Um, it's done by Matty Sutton again. He's a local Plymouth lad. He's doing very well on this. He's hopefully he's going to bring through rule books for you to buy. Um, but he's definitely be demoing this and the new fantasy version of it as well. So I'm looking forward to giving that a go. Um, next game we're going to look at is Masters of the Universe Battleground. Can't remember off the top of my head who it was by. It was a minute ago, but I can't remember. Hopefully, I won a minute. Um, but you bring the iconic clash of Eternia to the tabletop in this fast-paced, X-paced board game, or skirmish game, depends which way you look at it. Um, if you like your 80s cartoons, it's very nostalgic, it's technical, and it's very action-packed. I can lead either He-Man and his heroic warriors or Skeletors, even forces. You equip your characters with unique weapons and spells and use innovative card activations alongside a mana-fueled dice manipulation um, mechanic to capture objectives and smash your foes. Played on a small board, hex-based. Models, I think, are 34 mil, could be 36. I'm not 100% sure. But again, if you love your 80s cartoons, this is one for you. So next game, Bolt Action, Warlord Games. You all know Warlord Games, fantastic historical company. Um, if you haven't heard of Bolt Action, it's a direct historical World War II platoons and tank-driven game. Sorry, divisions game. Um, and it's 28 mil. It's very tactical, it's intense, and it's very authentic. I think the biggest thing is the dice activation, where you can pull your side out or your army out 4 or 5 times in a turn, and then your opponent, and then you again. So it's very much simulates what's going on in war, I'd imagine, instead of the traditional you go, I go activation moves. Um, it's also got a very unique firing and pinning system, forcing you to rally your suppressed troops in before you can issue in critical orders to advance, run, or fire. Normally playing on a 6x4 table. I think we're going to be demoing it on a slightly smaller one so you can get into the game a lot quicker. And like I said, it's 28 mils. It's going to be one of the prizes. Is a 2-player starter set is one of our raffle prizes as well. So that's Bolt Action. So the last two games, both from the same company. Let's just hit it straight on. Blood Bowl. Everybody knows Blood Bowl. It's a hyper-violent, it's a turn-based parody of American football, and it's set in the fantasy world of Warhammer. It's wacky, it's brutal, and it's very much about risk management. Excuse me. Um, as your coach, you take on a team of orcs, elves, humans, goblins, undead, um, and so on and so forth, to try and score touchdowns whilst actively tackling and trying to maim your opponent. Um, Beware though, the turnover mechanic is a bit of a bitch. A single dropped pass or a failed block does end your turn immediately. This game, I think, is played on a like 2 foot by 2 foot or 3 foot by 2 foot board. It's square based, manipulated by dice rolls as well. Very fast paced, very fun game. Lots of leagues going on around the country and the world. We do have our own league starting on the 7th of August as well. So sign up for that. If you go to our Facebook page group, you will find a post with the tour play link on. So go and have a look at that, get involved. So that's Blood Bowl, very, very iconic game in the world of wargaming. Now, the last game of the 9 is a war game stroke board games, more board game edging into war games, I think. And it's probably one where most people cut their wargaming teeth, so cut their teeth into the wargaming hobby. Now, this game is a quintessential dungeon crawling board game where a band of classic heroes face off against an evil dungeon master. Can you get it from that yet? If not, it's Hero Quest. It's a very classic fantasy, semi-cooperative, beginner-friendly game. One player acts as the evil overlord or dungeon master of Zargon, controlling monsters, traps, and so on and so forth, and narrating the story, where up to 4 players take control of a barbarian, a dwarf, an elf, and a wizard to explore rooms, kill monsters, and collect the treasure from the narrative games. Again, like I said, I know we've tried to keep all these games from separate companies and separate bits, but I think these two needed to be in. Hero Quest is probably one of the best games, the board games in the world, and everybody knows it. And Blood Bowl is so iconic that I don't think you can go to a club or a store or an online community and everybody will know Blood Bowl. That's why these guys are in. So just taking it from there, there could be a 10th game if I can get somebody to do sell the refreshments. If not, I'll be doing it. But the game I would be demoing if I can will be my very own game I've written, and it's a post-apocalyptic skirmish game where tribes take on each other in a very violent, war-torn world where disasters approach from every section of the board. That's what I'm telling you for now. So I'm going to recap very quickly. Doors open at 10. 28 in Endeavour Hut, Dayton Close. Dayton Close, that is Plymouth. Parking on Dayton Close itself. For those who demo in or traders, parking on the hut. You've got 8 to 10 spaces there. Once that's full, overflow is a Nova Homes car park. If you park either in Dayton Close or Nova Homes, it's about a 30-second walk to the hut. It's not far. Entry fee, £2 for adults, 3 for under 16s. Raffle, yes, we have a raffle, prizes from free club entry all the way up to a 2-player set for bolt action. They are £5 a strip. Refreshments are on sale, very cheap refreshments. Guys, I'm not here to make money, we're here to build a community. If you haven't heard of the club, come along and introduce yourselves. Stay with us all day, play as many games as you want, drink as much tea and coffee as you want as well. 9 games. We've got Drop Fleet Commander, Kings of War, Grimdark Future, Heroic Battles of Daring Do, Reverend Skirmish Game, He-Man Masters of the Universe, Bolt Action, Blood Bowl, Hero Quest, and maybe mine. There's a lot of things for you to try for £2. £2, it's nothing. It's cheaper than chips these days. We've covered parking, we've covered entry, we've covered doors open, we've covered the games. Refreshments are covered. What more do you need? Come and see us, have some fun, and we'll see you on the 9th of August. Take care, guys. Thanks for watching.